So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Monday morning. How are you this morning? I am great and ready to take on this week. Got a busy, great week ahead. Lots of training going on, end of the month stuff. Vacay getting ready. So let's do this. How was your weekend? Mine was great. There it goes. I didn't have any headphones there, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Mine was great. The weather was great, which is wonderful. Yesterday, did 5 miles on the bike on the river. Perfect going one way. I have to say, on the way back, it was a little windy, but that's okay. Watching some football, starting to pack. Just doing life. Had a lot of stuff going on. And I'm thankful to be able to get it all done. And I'm thankful for good health. And I'm thankful for wisdom and direction and guidance. And just, you got to participate in life. You got to get out and do it. I'm a firm believer in vitamins. I did get an IV vitamin thing the other day. And oh my goodness, that made a big difference. And so did that on Friday and just fueling my body. There's been so much uckiness going around. Everybody's got a bit of the flu or a virus or whatever. And I was protecting my body from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. So that can all stay away from me. And then, just hanging out. I love being at the house. I love working, but I do like being at the house and getting stuff done. I make my list and checking it twice. So just got a lot of stuff done that haven't seemed to have time for. And like I said, did get in some football. The Patriots game, we knew the Patriots were going. Let's get real. But oh my goodness, when it started snowing and they're out there with their blowers, getting all the snow off the field and then just trying to see the ball, trying to throw it. It was crazy. I love a snow game. And then last night, it was so exciting. The Seahawks, I love their outfits. I know. I do. I love their outfits. And they are going. So not the teams that I wanted to go to the Super Bowl, but at least, I'm good with this. With Seattle going. I am. So that we'll be watching that in Mexico. That's pretty darn exciting. And the Rolex 24 was here this weekend and Taste of 24. And so they had a delay because of that fog. Did y'all have fog? Were you here? Saturday morning, it was so darn foggy. Well, yesterday too. So darn foggy. I don't think it burned off till like 10 o'clock because Tim and I were talking about that. At our house, we can hear all the cars. And we're like, we didn't really hear them this morning. There was a 6.5 hour delay. Yeah. So did you go to the Rolex? It was one of the busiest Rolexes there ever was. So we had people everywhere in town. And yes, I was a typical tourist on Saturday. Yesterday. Was it Saturday? It was Saturday. I was going to run to the store at the mall to get something for the trip. And little did I forget that we're in the middle of the races. Now, normally when you go, you get front row parking because you're shopping. Nope, didn't work out that way. They said, oh, you're parking at the back of the mall and then walk. I said, nope, not going to do that. So I just went on my merry way, but I cannot believe that I actually did that because I normally stay away from that whole area. I must have just had something else on my mind because I was just like going like there was nothing going on. And I got out there and there was thousands and thousands of people. I love it that we live in a town that has all these events. It's so exciting. And I love seeing all the different events and the different things that are going on. So next up is the big race. And that's in 2 weeks. And so plan accordingly, people. I know we come home the day before, so it won't be a huge race. There'll be races all that week, but not a huge race because we have been stuck. Yes, stuck. And when I say stuck, in the middle of the traffic, and they change lanes around and all that, and it is not fun if you're going home and not going to the races. Now, if you're going to the races, you know that that's what you're doing. But we were going home and got stuck. So I am going to plan accordingly. Yes. And then the next thing you know, we'll be having the big Biketoberfest or not Biketober, but Bike Week. And so lots of stuff going on in our area. So pray for the people of our area as people are coming and going, and pray for the businesses. And, we welcome everybody to the Volusia County area and Daytona area. And we thank them for coming here. And, it brings finances into our area, even if it doesn't affect your business, like it doesn't affect me personally. But if it affects the area, it affects us. And so that's the way I look at it. I just love seeing all the different kinds of people and different things going on in our area. Love to participate when I can. And so, what do you like about the area? Which thing do you do the races? Do you go out during bike week? Are you a beach person? I have fun fact about me. I know this is hilarious. I have not went and laid out in the sun at the beach in I don't know how many years, but when I go on vacation, that's exactly what I want to do. Now, I do ride my bike on the beach, and I have gone over to beachside, but I don't like go there to do a beach day. And so I would like to start walking the beach. I think that would be good exercise for my legs. But it's so funny because people go, wow, you live like a mile from, yes, I live like a mile from the beach, but that isn't just something I do. I love the river. I'm a river girl. I love riding on the river. Yesterday, it was really neat because we got behind a family of riders, and we were just decided we're just going to stay right there. We weren't going to go around them. We were just going to ride at their pace with them, and it was so thoroughly enjoyable not to have to be in a hurry, not to have to be in a rush, not to have a place to be or a thing to do. Do you ever just stop and say, Lord, what would you like me to do today? What would you just like me to change about today? Slow it down or try a different route going home. I always know when he wants me to take a different route going home that he's got a plan and a purpose. And I used to fight it. I did. I used to fight going, like when God would say, do this, I'd go, no, I don't want to do that. And now I'm like, okay, I go with the flow, because when you're going with the flow, Jesus has got a plan for you. And so I was going with the flow yesterday, and I have to say, it was relaxing. We stopped and looked at a home. We were looking at the water. Sometimes you just need to smell the roses and appreciate where you live. People come here to vacation. People come here, spend tons of money just to come here to be where we live. And so instead of being in a hustle and a bustle and always wanting to do something else, enjoy where you live. Get out on your bike. Get out walking. Get that vitamin D that is natural here in our area. I know today is a good day as far as the weather. It's going to be like 70 something today. And then we turn cold again. Tomorrow morning, we will be like 20 degrees at the high, colder. I know. I'm ready for this cold weather to be gone. I cannot imagine shoveling snow, that winter storm that's going through, roads blocked, cities shut down. No, and then I thought, well, we do have hurricanes. And so things like that do happen. But I think it's because I don't know. I just don't think that we've been where it snows and they have shut it down. And it's just weird to me. It is just weird, but lots of flights were canceled and all that. So today is supposed to be a better day as far as that goes. We'll get a little bit of the cold front, but all those northern states should start, de-thawing and getting electric back and all that. So what are your helpful hints when stuff is going on in your area? I know with me, I like to have sandwiches and snacks like that, and really just get some projects done. I love to see how many people were cleaning their house, cleaning their, closets and doing projects like that, because there's nothing else you can really do. Watching the TV, it's the same thing over and over and over and over. So instead, do a project. I'm a project kind of girl. I love doing projects. I love that my husband's a project kind of guy. And so while you're dealing with the weather, or what can you do? Can you clean out your closet? Always good to donate. I love to donate. I've got some bags in my car that I'm getting ready to drop off. And so that is something very important to me, is purging and donating. And once you get going, I say set a timer. My daughter has taught me about timers. Whatever you're doing something that you normally don't do or that you have a schedule for, timers are your best friend. They are really your best friend. Say, you know what? I'm willing to work on this junk drawer for, X amount of time. I am willing to work on my closet for 30 minutes and set a timer. I am a timed person, which funny that I don't set the timers as much as I should. But everything in my life is timed, and timing is everything. God has a perfect moment, a perfect time for whatever you're doing. And so sometimes you feel like, well, it's not happening. We want stuff instantly. We're a microwave kind of world. We want everything done instantly. But sometimes God's timing takes a little bit longer, and maybe you're going, why is it taking so long? What is he doing? Did he forget about me? He hasn't forgot about you. He already knows all the days of this year for you. He already has every hair on your head numbered. But we get impatient. We are the ones that go, I want. And sometimes he just wants us to say, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with the flow, whatever is happening today, whatever today's plan is, whatever he wants me to do. And it always turns out to be an amazing, great day. Like today, I was looking at my schedule and I've got training, and then I have an appointment at 12:30, and I was like, okay, did I overbook myself? No, I did not overbook myself. I did it in the timing that I have to spend with people and get things done. There's so many hours in a day, and don't overbook it. Have time for you and the Lord. Have time to pray. I think it's very important to start your day with prayer. Time to be grateful. Have a grateful heart. I think that we forget to be thankful. Now, see, I love me some Mondays. I love Mondays, and people go, are you being sarcastic? Or are you being real? I'm being real. It's a fresh start to a new week. It's a clean slate. It's looking at your schedule going, you know what? It's the end of the month, and I'm going to get this, and this done. How did it already become the end of the month? January just flew by. When I say flew by, I feel like I blinked and January was gone. And so what did I accomplish? Look back at your month and say, did I get the things done that needed to get done? Did I make a way for this? Did I prepare for that? And as you're looking back and reflecting, that gives you an opportunity to figure out, okay, I should have done this. I need to do this. What are we doing? And it's a great way to set up your week, your month, and be intentional with your things. I am a big person on being intentional. When I do something, I want to go for it, and I want to do it the best of my ability. And so I always pray about it. Whatever the item is, I'm always praying about it. No prayer is too small, too big, too whatever. Ask the Lord, hey, can you help me out on this? I need to get this week, this stuff done. I look at my calendar and I have stickies and notes all over it. And I say, God, make a way for each and every one of these things that need to get done this week to get them done to the best of my ability and for the good of you. And then I just start working on it. I don't look at it as too much. I look at it as God's got it. And so if you're looking at today and you're overwhelmed with what you've booked or what you've got planned or what's going on in your life, step back, pray over it, and say, Lord, I appreciate you. I thank you for preparing a way. I thank you that you're going before each and every one of these items. I thank you for preparation. I thank you for grace. I thank you for the ability to pull it off. And then just go for it. And I love it when you start your week prayed up. You're asking for help over all the things that you got to do. I love to see how God works it out. And so I'm excited to see how this week goes. I'm excited to get the stuff done. I'm excited to look back and go, but God, but God, but God. So let's get our favor on. Let's get this Monday going and get excited to see what God's got planned for this week. Okay. Oh, my thing is, I just had it. The one that I know he told me to do. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, I hate that when that happens. You're going to experience God's favor. You've got to do our part and become favor-minded. I've got the favor of God from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I got the favor of God on the property of WAPN, on the tower, on the equipment of the ministries of WAPN. The favor of God is from the beginning to the end and everywhere in between. And I just speak that over WAPN. I speak that over my appointments. I speak that over my life, and I speak that over the situation. We're doing declutter because, I feel like that's something you need to do in January, and donate it. Don't throw it away if it's no good, and donate it if you can. So this week's items, and this is something I need to do. I am not good at this. Digital clutter. Old screenshots you don't need, unused apps, hundreds of unread emails, blurry photos, subscriptions you forgot. Tim would say, a chunk of my photos need to be removed. And they do. And so sometimes, like when I'm sitting in a doctor's appointment or waiting for something, I will sit there and start doing that to my photos. I tried to do one of those apps that did it, and that was craziness. Getting rid of apps that you're not using. why have them cluttering up your phone? So this is a great week for me to declutter my digital. And then also we're working on the medicine cabinet. Yep. So working on your medicine cabinet, going through it, getting rid of the expired stuff, making a list of what needs to be done. Sometimes we just think we have something and we don't. So I like to make a list of what we need in our medicine cabinet. It is Monday, January 25th, 2026. The weather, like I said, is 72 today with a low of 41. Madison, 64 with a low of 32. So they're starting to get that cold front already. If it's your birthday today, Lexus and Savannah and everybody else that's celebrating a birthday, anniversary, happy, happy, happy. Today is Spouses Day. I love you, honey. It's your day. And remember, the Seahawks and Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. Well, y'all have a wonderful